Welcome to Pingyao Ancient City, one of the best preserved ancient cities anywhere in China. Enclosed by mighty defensive walls and remarkably unchanged for centuries, this is a place where history isn't confined to museums. It's woven into every street, every courtyard, and every weathered brick. Our visit begins with a short ride aboard a large, motorized golf cart-style buggy. It's a perfect introduction to the city, giving us a glimpse of its narrow streets and traditional buildings before we continue our exploration on foot. Later, as darkness falls, we'll return to many of these same streets to see how Pingyao takes on a completely different character beneath the glow of hundreds of red lanterns. As the buggy carries us through the city, it's striking how little the skyline has changed. Modern China exists beyond the ancient walls, but inside them the streets remain much as they did hundreds of years ago. Grey brick buildings, wooden shop fronts, tiled roofs and stone-paved roads combine to create one of the most authentic historic cityscapes in the country. Before long, it's time to slow down and experience Pingyao the best way possible, on foot. Walking these streets reveals details that are easily missed from a vehicle. Beautifully carved wooden doors, intricately painted beams, colourful shop signs and traditional red lanterns all contribute to the city's timeless atmosphere. Around almost every corner is another reminder that this is not simply a recreated historical attraction, but a living city where people still work, shop and live within buildings that have stood for generations. Pingyao's history stretches back more than 2,700 years to the Western Zhou dynasty. While the city's origins are ancient, much of what we see today dates from the Ming and Qing dynasties, when Pingyao grew into one of China's most prosperous commercial centers. Its wealth came not from imperial power, but from trade. Merchants traveled across China carrying silk, tea, salt, and countless other goods. As trade expanded, so did the risks of transporting large amounts of silver across dangerous roads. Pingyao provided the solution. The city became famous as the birthplace of China's earliest draft banks, allowing merchants to deposit money here and withdraw it safely hundreds or even thousands of kilometers away. It was a revolutionary idea that transformed commerce throughout the country. The most famous of these institutions was the Rishengchang Exchange House, founded in the early 19th century. Often described as China's first modern bank, it helped create a nationwide financial network long before telephones, railways, or electronic banking existed. That commercial success is reflected everywhere we walk. Many of the impressive courtyard houses lining these streets once belonged to wealthy merchant families. From the outside, they often appear modest, but hidden behind high walls are elegant courtyards, reception halls and private living quarters designed around traditional Chinese principles of harmony and family life. Today, many of these historic buildings have found new purpose as museums, guest houses, tea houses and restaurants, allowing visitors to experience the city while helping preserve its remarkable architectural heritage. One of Pingyao's greatest strengths is its authenticity. Unlike many historic sites that have been heavily reconstructed, the city still follows its original layout. The narrow lanes, ancient walls, and traditional buildings are not simply preserved as monuments. They continue to serve the community that lives here. As we wander through the streets, it's easy to imagine what life would have been like during Pingyao's golden age. Pack horses and carts would once have shared these roads with travelling merchants. Officials would have walked between government offices, while traders negotiated deals that helped shape China's growing economy. Even today, echoes of that past remain. Small workshops continue traditional crafts passed down through generations. Local shopkeepers welcome visitors from around the world, while the scent of freshly prepared street food drifts through the air. The city has adapted to modern tourism without losing the character that makes it so special. Looking upwards, the architecture tells its own story. Dark grey roof tiles sweep elegantly towards the sky, heavy timber beams support ornate wooden balconies, and decorative carvings reveal the extraordinary skill of craftsmen working centuries ago. Every doorway, every courtyard and every rooftop adds another layer to Pingyao's rich history. As afternoon gradually turns to evening, the atmosphere begins to change. The crowds become quieter, the light softens, and the ancient brick walls take on a warm golden colour. One by one, the city's famous red lanterns begin to glow. When night finally arrives, Pingyao is transformed. The same streets we've explored during the day now feel altogether different. Lantern light reflects across the worn stone pavements, wooden buildings glow with warm amber colours, and the ancient city takes on an almost dreamlike atmosphere. Walking here after dark is perhaps the closest many visitors will come to experiencing Pingyao, as travellers might have known it centuries ago. Without the bright lights of the modern world, it's easy to imagine merchants arriving after a long journey, seeking food, shelter and safety within these protective walls. It's this contrast between day and night that makes Pingyao so memorable. During daylight, its history is revealed through architecture, commerce, and daily life. After sunset, the city becomes quieter, more atmospheric, and undeniably magical. As our visit comes to an end, Pingyao leaves us with more than beautiful photographs. It offers a rare opportunity to walk through a city where history has been carefully preserved, not simply for visitors, but as part of everyday life. In a rapidly changing world, places like this remind us how valuable our shared heritage truly is. Thank you for joining me as we explored the remarkable streets of Pingyao Ancient City. If you've enjoyed this journey through one of China's greatest historic treasures, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and join me next time as we continue discovering fascinating places and the incredible stories they have to tell.